Okay, another question on my Calculus 2 final exam. Here we are given that a1 is 2, and then an is equal to 5 minus n times a sub n minus 1 for n is greater than or equal to 2. So we have a recursive formula for this sequence, and then we are going to calculate the sum as n goes from 1 to infinity of an. So how can we do this though? This is not geometric, this is not telescoping, but don't worry. Why don't we try to write down the first few terms, and maybe there's a pattern for this. So let's do that, right? Because n starts at 1, so we have to have a1. And a1 is easy, that's just 2. Now let's move on to the next, which is a2. In this case, my n is 2. I will have to plug in 2 into here. And let me just do the work right here for you guys. We need to have 5 minus the n is 2. So let me just put that down. And then we multiply by a sub n minus 1. The easy way to read it is look at the previous term, right? So we look at this 2 and we are going to multiply by that 2. And of course, now this is just 5 minus 2 is 3 times 2 is 6. So you just multiply by, well, just put on 6 right here. Yeah. And then, of course, you are going to add them up. So at the moment, you have to do 2 plus 6, which is 8. Okay. Well, next we have to move on to A3. So let's see, A3. This means my n is 3. So I will put this down right here. Let's just put it down 5 minus 3. And then we have to multiply by the previous term, so which is this 6 right here. And now let's see, 5 minus 3 is 2, times 6 is 12. So this is nice, we have to add 12 for that. All right, continue. Seriously, hopefully this is a pattern, otherwise I don't know when to stop, right? Let's see, A4. This case, I will have to plug in 4 into here, so that means I will have to do 5 minus 4, and then put that in the parentheses, right? And then times this term, which is 12. And we see that 5 minus 4 is just 1 times 12. Of course, that's just 12. So we are still going to add 12 like this. All right? Let's do one more term. So add A5. A5. Okay. 5 minus the n right here is 5. So I will have to do 5. And then times the previous term, which is 12. Well, the good news is that 5 minus 5 is 0. So 0 times 12 is of course 0. So we add 0 for that. Hey, this is interesting because we have a 0 term. Now, let me just be safe. Let's do one more. So we have A6, right? What happens? Well, I will put 6 right here for the n. So that means I will have 5 minus 6. Let me just do this for 5 minus 6, and then put that in parentheses, and then times 12. Well, times, not 12, times the previous term, which is 0. Negative 1 times 0. Yes, it's 0, so put down plus 0. Now, next term, you are going to get multiplied by 0. So it's going to be 0, 0, 0, and so on. So you can just think about this. This is just going to be always 0 from now on. And of course, you just have to add 2 plus 6, which is 8, plus that is 20, plus 12 is 32. Right? So altogether, you get 32. So I'll just put on dot, dot, dot. You get 32. In another word, the answer to this is 32. It's tough, right? Really tough. But I did it. That's it.